And we're live. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Pitch Picks. I know it's been, like a week, maybe two since the last one. I've been road running. You've been road running.
Yep.
We've all kind of been out of the office, but we're back. It feels good to be back. The tables is as tight as ever. Arsenal, Man City, Za.
Za's wearing his favorite color.
He's wearing
today.
his Man City jacket today. I don't know why.
No, it's kind of warm. It's warmed up in Chicago, and I'm not ready for.
I can't even believe you would wear that type of color. I would never wear a New York Jets green, and that is the most Man City hoodie I have ever seen in my entire life.
It says Foden on the back.
I was gonna say,
see it.
It might as well say Foden is my daddy on the front.
Nah, I mean it's summertime. It's summertime. You know, you got to get the light colors out. It's got nothing to do with Man City.
Kind of look like Forest Away a little
not
bit.
At all.
You
not
can
at all.
claim that if you want.
Not at all. But
Okay.
I don't feel good about these next two coming up game weeks.
You don't feel good.
It's nerve-wracking, man. There's no room for error.
Well, who do you think is going to win the league, Arsenal or Man City?
Who do I want to win the league?
No, not who you want. Who do you think is going to win the league?
I think we'll know. I think we will know. So for Chicago time, we'll know by Saturday 8 a.m. in the morning. We'll know.
Saturday.
Yeah, I don't think Man City will slip up against Tottenham. Maybe the West Ham game at the end, because they'd still have to win that if we beat Man United. But
You think there's a bigger chance that City will slip up at Fulham than at Tottenham?
yeah, I don't think Tottenham's playing. Tottenham's not playing for much. Are they in the run? I think they might be out the run.
They're in the
for
Europa.
fourth. Yeah, they're out for the run for fourth. Because if they win, they'll be still be behind Aston Villa, and these guys are trying to screw us over, bro. I'm convinced they're trying to screw us over. They would rather we not win the league
Than
them be in the Champions League.
I think Tottenham fans.
I want to throw a little bit of shade on that
Okay.
that it's wrapped up, that fourth spot. Villa's run-in is very difficult. They have Liverpool and
Monday.
Palace. Liverpool on Monday at home, and then they're away to Palace.
On the last day.
So if they were to lose both of those, and Spurs are currently, if Spurs run in, they have 3 games left. 2 of them are against. They'd have to get a draw against City, which you guys would love that.
Yeah.
And that's at home. Then they got Burnley and Sheffield United. So there's 7 points there where they could, in theory, run up a ton of goals against Burnley and Sheffield, who should both be relegated, and then get something at home against City. Then you're talking they do still it's an outside shot that they could be in that 4th spot.
I feel like that Tottenham Man City game, that if Man City scores, the Tottenham fans will start going crazy.
That's it. That's what's gonna happen.
You think that will
it's,
happen?
It's a
Really?
home game. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be a home game for Man City. It's literally a home game for Man City.
If I turn that
played at
game
Tottenham
on-
Stadium, and it's a home. Did you not see their fans? If you go online, go see their fans.
Yeah, they could
the
say
girl,
whatever
Abby-
they want after they get smacked up by Arsenal at home. Yeah, they could say whatever they want. But when they're at that game, if they are cheering when Foden scores a goal, I will shit myself.
They're already saying it online that they want their team. They're gonna be pissed at their players if they win that game. They want their teams to lose. Go look online. Shout out to my bro. Shout out to Expressions. Go look at Expression stuff. He's probably been talking about that. Go look at the girl that's on DR Sports. What's her name? I don't know what her name is. Sorry, not to be disrespectful or anything, but yeah, on Don Robbie Sports. Look at that. They don't wanna win that game.
What do you think about that, Chief?
I think it's gutless. It's the old Herm Edwards. You play to win the game, and if you have a shot at Champions League, in theory, by beating 2 relegation sides and getting a result, I think you got to go for it. You got to go to finish 4th and be in Champions League.
Football fans are nut jobs.
Yeah.
They're crazy. They're crazy because Tottenham. I mean, it's you don't remember what happens in a season unless you win the trophy. Tottenham is out of no trophy contention. So
They don't really
so
ever win trophies. Anyway.
They are that, yeah, and they're our biggest rival. So imagine us going to win. We will be remembered for this season, and they'll have to live with that for what they've been calling us bottle jobs for the last 20 something years.
You have been.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't go that far. But anyway.
My thing is though, comparing it to American football, as a Dolphins fan, if we had to play someone and if we beat them, it would help the Bills. I don't know, get the 1 seed, but that also meant that we would get into the playoffs as a wild card. I would want to win the game.
Yeah.
But here's I guess the champion, because the Champions League spot is not. It's out of their hands, right? If Villa
help.
wins this weekend,
Yeah, it's
then
over.
it's over for
Yeah.
them. That's the thing, is that it's out of their hands.
So if Villa
it was in their hands, then maybe yes, I can see a situation where the fans will say, "All right, you guys have to fucking win out because we want to be playing on Tuesdays and Wednesdays nights, not on."
Okay, but if Liverpool beats Villa, that Tottenham Man City game is on Tuesday.
Right.
I don't think those Tottenham fans are gonna be. Maybe they will. I don't know.
but then that Villa Liverpool game is on Monday. Tottenham plays Burnley on. Tottenham has to win out. Tottenham cannot afford to not win.
Yeah,
that's the situation.
Well, they could get 7
And they
points.
play
What's
first.
the goal differential there?
They have +11 and Villa has +20, which
so
should
be
be
tough.
fine.
Yeah.
Should be fine, but unless there's like a big.
But they could absolutely shit pump Sheffield and Burnley.
4-0. Someone's Villa could lose.
I know what the fans are gonna want, but I don't think the players are just gonna roll over there and die.
I agree.
That's what we'll wait and see. It's now.
If they do that, shame on them. Shame on them.
It's the new social media era player now, man. So you never know. He's tapped in, and also there's the gambling aspect of it. People might get slipped a good old brown envelope, brown envelope or two to make sure Arsenal doesn't win. So I'm nervous, man. So I know we've gone in a circle. To fully answer your question, Nick, the only actual answer I can give you right now is it's not over. Definitely not over. Who do I think is going to win? It's definitely going down. I think it's definitely going down to the last game, to the last day. Who do I think is gonna win?
City's not dropping points. Let me end this for you.
Yeah, you need to just say it, Saw. Unless you don't believe it.
You said this a month ago.
Arsenal Football Club.
My guy.
Fulham's gonna do it. I think they'll draw at Fulham.
You think City's gonna win the league?
Yeah, I do. I think that they just get to this time of year and then they just don't surrender. And then the one moment that they had was that it felt like an underdog could get something against him was Forrest, and then Chris Wood forgot how to finish. That should have been the draw. That put you guys back in the driver's seat. So sorry it didn't work out for you. I wish it did. But I think you guys are done now.
How would you describe Arsenal's position right now? I feel like it's a girl, she's like rubbing the outside of your pants, like getting you all stiff, but just won't pull your pants down and do the job.
As Frank says, what's his saying? Always teasing, never pleasing.
Yeah.
Always teasing, never pleasing.
Well, he's an Arsenal guy, too.
That's what I'm saying. The Mets and Arsenal are the two exact same teams.
Mm-hmm.
We're the exact same team.
All right, so real quick, Arsenal's running is United, Everton. Do you see them winning both games?
Yeah.
Okay. City is Fulham, Tottenham, West Ham. Do you see them dropping anywhere?
Maybe.
You better hope for Spurs.
So what I'll say about the City one, it's not going to be Spurs. That's what I'll say.
Okay.
So we're going to need like a miracle from Fulham.
It's either Fulham or a hell of a fucking miracle on the last day, which is going to be hell.
All right.
And Smokes and I will be at DraftKings. You'll be in
yes.
I'll be on my couch.
May 19th, we will all be at the DraftKings Sportsbook in Wrigleyville. If you love the Prem and you're in Chicago, you need to be there. Me and Chief will be sweating our ass off. Maybe he won't be sweating relegation. We'll see how things go. I'll be sweating a Premier League title. So I will be popping bottles if Arsenal does win the league. And you do not want to miss a Nicky Smokes pop bottle night because that's where shit gets real. Just putting that out there, and everything also gets paid for by Nicky Smokes because I put it on my credit card and I just live in the moment and I worry about it later. Just putting that out there, okay? All right, so we talked about who's going to win the league, but which young player do you think is going to be the young player of the season? That's a weird way to phrase that.
Young player.
Here's my other problem with that award. You can win it multiple years.
What?
Yeah.
That's not my issue with it.
What's the cutoff?
So,
is it an age?
Yes. So it's messed up. I don't know what the actual rule is. You have to be. I think it's like 20. Because who's the one that's how old is Isaac?
Holland went.
How old is Isaac? Isaac is nominated. Is nominated this year, and he is. And Haaland is also nominated this year for young player. Isaac is 24, so I think you have to be 25 by below 25 by a certain date, which. For Young Player of the Year award, 25, the cutoff age being 25, way
like grown
too
man.
high.
Yeah,
way too high. And also, my actual real beef, if you look at the nominees, and we're going to probably talk about the Player of the Season one, is four of the 6 guys on the 2 list are the same people.
That's crazy.
That's the thing. Is my suggestion was once you're eligible for player of the season, you're out of the young player of the one.
I think you should be able to win like essentially rookie of the year and MVP both in the same year, but you can't win, quote unquote rookie of the year twice.
Yeah, no, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So who do you have winning young player of the season, Chief?
I think it'll be Foden. Foden's been the engine for that team. He drives their offense probably more so than Haaland. He's been fantastic this year, probably his best year as a pro. So I'm going to go with Phil Foden on that one.
What about you, Zal?
For the nominees, I'm just going to take a quick look at who is on the list, and I also had a little note. Winner-wise, it'll probably be okay. So definitely not Saka. They won't give Saka or Saliba because that's just how they roll. So it'll probably be Foden. Do I think he should win it? Yeah, he's a deserving. I don't have beef with him winning it. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
So I don't have beef with him winning it, and but I feel like that Kobe Mainoo, Man United Kobe Mainoo, I don't know what the hell he's doing on this list.
That's
this guy,
crazy.
It's PR. That's
He's
the
a
Man United
lot
PR.
of hype for him.
That's why I think
PR.
Cole Palmer's going to win it, though. I think he's got more hype than anyone. I feel like
Phil Foden.
he has the whole fucking world in his back pocket.
Foden's the one that will. Is
You think he's got more hype
out
around
of
him?
the two?
More hype than Cole Palmer around him right now?
Out of the two, yes. Out of the two, Foden. I'll tell you, out of the three. So if we were to put the three, which is very disrespectful, Saka's third out of the three, according to people. I don't think so. Saka should be first, but
Well, I think if I was voting, I would go Cole Palmer, Foden, Saka.
Foden, I think should win it. But I don't think Kobe Mainoo should be on that
Yeah,
list.
he doesn't.
The kid only played like 15 games and only scored one wonder goal. People get so gassed.
Yeah.
Anthony Gordon should be very pissed. He's been carrying Newcastle, been very good. He should.
He
be
was
on that
hurt
list
a
as
lot
well.
of the year though, earlier
Mainoo.
too. Yeah.
Isaac was hurt too.
Isaac was hurt
Isaac
too.
has only played
Yeah.
thingy. So yeah, Foden my.
All right, so Foden, I got Cole Palmer.
All right.
You want to bet lunch on it?
Sure. Deal.
Dale. Za?
If I'm back, I'll be back.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I forgot.
I'll be picking up that
Za's
tab.
going to Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
All right, what about player this season, Chief? Who do you think has been the player this season?
I want to go kind of off the board a little bit.
Okay.
I love what Ollie Watkins did this year. So
Like
Ollie
that.
Watkins, it's like you could always pick somebody from the big six. He's been the guy that's been carrying them. He's producing at an unreal level. It has him in a Champions League spot. So I'm going Ollie Watkins just because he does the most with probably the least around him.
Okay. What do you like, Za?
For player of the season, I think it's who would I vote for personally?
Yes.
Out of the people, does it have to be people on the list?
Yes, people on this list. Give me that, and then you could go off the list. So
All right,
who's
so
your player of the season?
People on the list, player of the season. I don't hate that Ollie Watkins shout, but it's not going to happen.
I know it's not going to
unfortunately.
happen, but I wish
It'll
it would.
probably be Phil Foden.
Wow, so you think he's going to clean up?
Yeah.
He should.
Wow.
Not he should. He will. I think I would have picked Declan Rice.
I think Declan Rice is the answer. You just
Declan
look at
Rice.
what he's done for Arsenal. He's been the 100%. He's been the difference maker for this team.
And
Yeah.
the problem with that whole situation is Arsenal. Arsenal players ain't gonna win, my friend. That's
Arsenal
how it works.
players get hoed like that.
You will start catching on the longer you hang around. You will start catching on that it doesn't make sense that you're watching soccer week in week out. Then once you're done watching him, you go online 3 hours later. Analysts are calling him a bum. You're like, what? you think you're crazy? It's the Arsenal. It's the burden you carry when you're Arsenal.
So who do you think should win?
Who do I think should win?
Yes.
Declan Rice.
Okay.
I think should win. Foden is going to. However, I think there were major snubs. I have a very big issue with three of the three guys on this list. One of them, Isaac, should be off. He only played 20 something games. He was injured, and it's been form. It's more form. It wasn't consistent. He's just gone on a tear. He's been hot, gone on a tear for a thing. And I'll give him credit. He has 20 goals, but I don't think he's.
I don't think Virgil should be on this list.
20 goals in 27 matches for next year's Arsenal striker.
I'll swap him.
You guys aren't going to go for him, you don't think?
Oh no.
Okay, all right, we'll see.
I was like, wait, who's the striker?
No.
I'll swap him out for Solanke.
Okay.
Van Dijk
Wow.
off. Van Dijk off. He doesn't. I don't think he deserves to be
I
there.
don't know how he's on the list.
Arsenal is the best defense. We've only conceded 28 goals, which is the best in
Crazy.
the Premier League. Our leader in the defense this year, that's been the best player, Gabriel, should replace him on there. Odegaard, my brother,
He should be on that list.
I love you.
I love him with all my heart. I love him more than I love
But
probably half the people I've met in my life.
the middle of the season, man, he went from about October to December. He was a bit quiet, and I forgot.
Ghost to guard?
So he's been hot lately. That's the thing. I'm looking at it as the full thing.
Well, it has to be looked at as the full season because these guys play so many games. It's physically impossible to be absolutely dominant for 38 games.
Yeah. But so him, however, I will swap him out with someone. People will probably agree with this, which that's what I'm saying. It's not Odegaard's played very well. He it's fine with the nomination, but leaving Rodri out is bullshit.
Yeah.
Rodri is the best player on that Man City team. Rodri should be on that list ahead of Foden and Haaland. Likewise, for our Arsenal guys, Gabriel should be on this list ahead of Declan Rice and Odegaard. But Rodri.
Well, I don't know if I'd put Gabriel over Declan.
Over this season, he's been our best player.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
It's just my opinion.
No, yeah, but your opinion's way better than mine.
No,
it's more informed.
No. That's one thing you gotta. In football, your opinions will always be different, man. There's no more informed. There's no whatever. You watch the game. I watch the game. You own.
Yeah, but I've only seen from January till now. You've seen from August.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. Okay, and that's it. Fair. Okay, that's it. Fair. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. All right, manager of the season. It's Mikel Arteta. There's no debate. There should be no argument. There should be no other nominee on this list besides Mikel Arteta. He should just be giving the trophy right now. I don't know when they give it out, but they should just give it to him now.
Even if they finish second?
Don't care.
Okay. This is another one where I kind of like the underdogs a little bit. I love what Emery's done with Villa. Villa went from,
Hold on. I don't want to hear the word Villa. They scarred me. They scarred me.
Yeah.
So when you're done, let me know.
That is the game.
Yeah, I think Emery for what he has done with that team. It's just a Midlands team that was in the championship not long ago, and you look at where they are now. They don't have the resources. It's easy to pick a team when you got the assets that Arsenal and City do. He's got to have his guys ready to go every week with inferior talent. So I'm giving it to Emery.
Is he done with Villa?
Yeah, he's done. My answer's simple. If we win the league, Arteta wins it because he beat Guardiola. He beat Guardiola, who has an open checkbook.
Well, that's the thing. He's cleaned up against all of them.
So if we win the league, he beat Guardiola, and then Klopp, it's his final season. And if we go back and you remember, they announced that Klopp was leaving when Liverpool was at the top of the league, thinking that will galvanize them.
Cinderella story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if we win the league, Arteta wins it. If not, Emery did the most with the least. So
yeah,
I like that. Do they have betting odds for that?
We'd have to look at the DK Sportsbook. Yeah.
Let me see real quick. Team futures, maybe player futures. No.
What would it be?
I'm sure it's somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll save that for later, I guess.
They've only got top goal scorer.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so there's no props, at least over here in the States, so fuck it. So I got Mikel, and you guys are riding with fucking Villa, which makes me sick. Okay. All right, anyway. So, Chief, me and you, both American.
Mm-hmm.
Za, you're technically...
Zim.
Not technically, I am Zimbabwe.
You're Zim that lives in America. So, Chief, obviously our first love is NFL football.
Yep.
And it'll always be that way. You, as an American, watching the Premier League, what's one thing you would change about it?
I got two things. One thing I feel like we can all agree on, even Za. I love that college football ends with their rivalry, like their derby. They should bring that to Premier League. So this last game of the year, for so many teams that week 38 just doesn't matter. There's nothing on the line. It's like, are they going to be trying hard, this or that? If you have Everton, Liverpool at the end of the year, no matter where they are in the table, that game's going to mean something. If you have Spurs and Arsenal last game of the year, season on the line or not, that game's going to mean something. So I want to have as many rivalries. It's never going to be perfect because of promotion relegation system. Like you're not always going to have your number one rival in the Premier League, but make it regional, make it a derby, make that last game of the year matter no matter what. And then I also want playoffs. I want playoffs. Ooh. I want to get rid of the Carabao Cup, get rid of the League Cup, and I want to have promotion relegation, so same format, 17 is just safe and they don't participate, and then it's just a knockout. One against 16, higher seed is home, play 2 games a week until the end of May, have a Super Bowl of the Premier League. It would be electric. I want more opportunities for what we saw in the Champions League with the comeback from Real Madrid, and that, against Bayern, like more big games, more knockout games. That's the American in me. I know every single Premier League fan, every single soccer fan on earth hates this take. I'll never back off of it, even though I know it'll never happen.
Stand on business.
Yeah.
You like that, Czar, or no?
Probably. I don't hate it because that's not really changing anything.
I do think, to counter your point, that having the playoffs makes those regular season games not mean as much.
But you're always playing for seeding, though, too.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. But like once playoffs start, does seeding really matter that much?
If you're a home team, yeah, definitely. So you keep the top 4 in the Champions League, and then you have, so there's a big difference between
1 and 6,
1 and 6, and then 6 and 9.
Yeah.
You don't get it. You don't get that extra home game.
You think 9 teams should make the playoffs?
I think 16 teams should make the playoffs.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, no,
Think of how.
I think the most teams you should have is 6.
6? Well, you at least make it 8. At least make it 8. But if you have 16, 1 plays 16, 2 plays 15. You just do
that's
it like
way
a bracket.
too many teams.
No, it would be electric. It would be electric. And you wanted many teams as something to play for late into the season. I think it would be fucking awesome.
What do you think of
The only thing I can get behind out of his ideas of changing is possibly get behind, because it's not necessarily changing the fundamentals of the game, is the rivalry thing. I like
the rivalry.
The rivalry thing that you can work around. I don't know if you guys saw. I don't know how you guys feel about that. That's been actually, you know what? How do you guys feel about this? The hot topic is NBC is pouring in what they did this last rights deal. They poured in $2.5 billion, $3 billion for the TV rights that we watch on here.
No shit.
Man City, Arsenal, all the other teams. Chelsea came here. I forgot they did that Premier League preseason tournament thing. They come here. They sell out the stadiums. So, because of that and money talking, they now want to play a round of fixtures here. So I don't know if it's taking away. I don't know if it's taking away one. Actually, no, they're adding around, so it's going to be 39 instead of 38.
They should set
What,
games
you're
like
going to
the
play
States.
one team 3 times? Because that's what the math would be.
Wait, are you saying?
You're right.
Yeah, I don't like that.
But that's what they did.
You're saying they're going to bring a round of regular season games to the States?
Not
I have no problem with that. We send American football over there every year. We give them 4 games a year. We deserve a couple footy games here.
No, that's because the NFL wants to.
Yeah.
You think the Premier League doesn't want to do this?
I don't.
This is NBC wanting to and saying, "Hey, I've got a $5 billion check. You better fucking for you to get this $5 billion."
You think the Premier League wouldn't take that?
I don't want to sacrifice a home game if I'm Forrest.
That's it. They
Yeah.
probably.
No one wants. We don't want to sacrifice home games. The Dolphins have sacrificed like 7 home games.
Yeah, but now I feel like with the you have an unbalanced schedule at the NFL, so you could kind of massage it so everyone still gets their home games, and you're kind of just sacrificing a road game. So it's like whatever, you still have your 9 home games a year, even if you're playing 1 road game in London. So I think that changes the equation a little bit, and we always kind of send the shitbag teams over there. So like the Jaguars, Titans, you guys, like those.
It was us and the Chiefs. The Chiefs just won the fucking Super Bowl. What are we talking about?
I just wanted to take a shot at you.
Fuck you.
And the Bears are going over this year too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so that's like I don't want that. That feels a little dirty to me. Look at these people freak out if you raise the ticket prices. There's no secondary market.
It's not going to happen.
They won't. I don't think it'll ever happen. I saw what your take. I love that take. Take the Champions League final. Put that. Put that somewhere.
That's
in
a
there.
stupid take.
Why is that?
Why is that?
It's already a
the
neutral
The Champions League one.
You're gonna bring it to the States where half the people don't give a fuck.
Listen. So
Oh,
the
it would
Champions League.
sell out.
Of course it would sell out.
Incredible.
So the Champions League smokes. The Champions League final is
neutral.
already a neutral venue, right? And it's usually never in the country that the teams that are playing, unless, like, for example, this year it's at Wembley. They decide the stadium before the tournament starts.
Right.
So none of the English teams made it. Every single one. So it's going to be Madrid flying in from Spain and Germany flying in from there. Their fans are going to have to fly in
Super
too.
Bowl.
It's a neutral. And then
I'd pull up to the Champions League.
the other thing,
yeah.
no, but the other thing, you'll pull up. But can you afford that? Can you afford that $20,000. That's a corporate
This
event.
is how I live, brother. Put it on the credit
Wait,
card. Worry about it later.
So
It's a
that's
problem for future.
So
sponsors.
that's another thing. In an 80,000 seater stadium that Wembley is, there's only going to be 20,000 fans. The other 60,000 are fucking suits with that.
It's Super Bowl prices to get in there.
Yeah.
I feel like we get a ticket for $3-4 grand.
Call up game time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we
drain the whole budget, but fuck it.
we can get a ticket, but Tom, the season ticket holder, Tom,
So it
that's
doesn't matter.
been away to Bournemouth.
Right.
That's
Doesn't
been
matter
away to
whether
Bournemouth all
it's
season.
in fucking London or if it's here. It's
Yeah.
going to be expensive as
Correct.
fuck to go.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying
All right.
put it. And the actual fans don't. The actual fans. It's only the rich.
Right.
You know, the elite.
It's already a
fans that
corporate.
go.
Yeah, it's kind
a
of
corporate event.
Yeah.
All right, I want to hear your take on this. If I was going to change one thing in the Premier League, I would get rid of draws. No more draws. You go to shootouts. Whoever
Hate
wins
it.
the shootout gets an extra point. If you win the shootout, you get 2. If you lose it, you get 1.
Hated it. That's
Dude,
what hockey does now.
fundamental-
And it fucking sucks.
It doesn't suck. I need a winner and I need a loser. I'm tired of this draw bullshit.
Nah.
That's
It adds to the. I get what you mean. That's the American gambling brain working
Yeah.
right there. That I need a winner loser, but it's just that draw is a draw away.
It's like kissing your sister, bro.
A draw
Sometimes
away,
that draw-
a hard-earned
yeah.
draw away.
Yeah, because you're a
on
Forest fan.
rainy-
You get a draw and you're like, oh,
On a
you're like tonguing that
away.
fucking thing. You love
Hey,
that shit.
just keep adding points to the total. That's all we care about.
But wouldn't you? Well, you have nothing to lose. Like, say Forest ties City. You're like, oh, if we
Fuck
win the
yeah.
shootout, we get an extra point.
I don't like shootouts. I don't even. I would.
We should call them penalty kicks before we get flamed.
Yeah, I don't like. I don't like penalties. I wish they just played forever until there was a goal. Like
golden goal.
Yeah, I like golden
Golden
goal
goal's
better.
fire.
Yeah, sudden death. That's way better.
The draw. We need the draw. Fundamentally, I can't change the game.
All right.
You know what I want to change? The one thing I like about American sporting events, which is, I guess it's the entertainment around it. They need to get better. Americans are good at that, like the in and around the game. You got like the cheerleaders.
Keep that out of footy.
the-
That's what I love about Premier League is that there's none of the outside antics. There's no fucking big screen and the guys like double fisting hot dogs and pouring beer on himself.
I think the Premier League does it well enough already. It's already the best fan experience.
Give me
I
bro,
agree.
50,
He wants the
50
birds.
15-minute halftime. Give me a couple birds to look at during
Yeah.
halftime. You know what I'm saying?
That's what the
Get
pubs
the
are
boys
for.
going. But yeah, that's the one thing. The entertainment aspect, and even tailgating too.
Tailgating's dope.
Tailgating is awesome. I prefer
But
tailgating.
when
than
I was
pubs.
when I went to the Arsenal, there's not really places to
Pubs,
tailgate.
it's just pub.
Yeah.
That's
They don't
actually
have
the issue.
enough like
They don't have
street
space.
room.
They don't
Yeah,
have
there's
space.
no space.
That's actually
Yeah.
the issue. That's why they don't tailgate.
Yeah,
That's
but
why
I
it's
mean, the
closed.
pub scene was lit. All right, so we got a lot of great games to get into. This card is absolutely massive. I try to do my best to narrow it down. First one we got is Wolves at home up against Crystal Palace. Chief, what do you like in this game?
This whole board is a bunch of stinky rat lines because Wolves are at home, but they've been playing terrible. Palace has been playing great.
Yep.
You want, just based on that last 4-0 that they absolutely smoked United, your brain's just like, give me Palace. I don't think this is the week for it. This smells like a draw to me. Both teams not a lot to play for because there's no playoffs at the end of the year, so they're just kind of on cruise control here. I say give me Palace gets a draw away at the Milano.
What do you like, Za?
Wolves Palace. I will lean Crystal Palace here, man. After seeing that 4-0
Yep.
throbbing of Man United, Michael Lise doing the celebration. There's no ways I can bet against Palace this week. Palace.
I'm going to take both teams to score. A little bit of juice, but my good friend always tells me no one cares about the juice if you win. It's minus 175. Like Chief said, I think Crystal Palace has been playing amazing. Wolves looks like absolute dog shit. And there's this stigma built in my head that home teams score, which is not true because I flew out to see Arsenal play and they got shut out 2-0. But I'm just going to keep that thought in my head while I make this
Yeah, I like that bet.
Take both teams to score minus 175. Next game we got, I think this is the sketchiest game of the week. Forest at home against Chelsea. Forest is only plus 255. Chelsea's only plus 100. Is there a Forest win in the bag? Is there a draw in the bag?
I think it's possible. They beat them already this year. They beat them away at Chelsea, but that was Steve Cooper. It feels like that was 10 years ago when that game happened. Even though they got the result last week, they looked so bad against Sheffield in that first half. So I'm not particularly confident. the big thing for me about this game is that by the time Forest kicks off, they might be safe. Like they might be safe from relegation if Luton and Burnley both lose. They kick off at 9 our time, local time.
So then it's just two teams playing for nothing.
Correct.
Which is why I love the draw.
Okay. I would love a draw. I would love a draw.
Of course you would. You love points. Just give me my point.
I like the points.
I don't care about winning. Just give me my point.
Keep me in the Premier League. That's all I care about. Keep me in the Premier League. So yeah, I at this moment I'm not touching it. But I know once 11 o'clock rolls around, we're a half hour from kickoff, I'm going to end up doing something. So yeah, I'm surprised you think that's the stinkiest game, but
not stinkiest, sketchiest.
Sketchiest. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll
like rat line.
Yeah, but it's like Chelsea's. I think both teams to score here is a lock. I'll say that.
I think I looked it up. It was like minus 200 or something.
Yeah.
What do you like, Zal?
I'd lean. If anything, I'd lean over 3.5 in this. I think there's gonna be a lot of goals in this. Both two teams that are open, pause at the back.
Fact.
Hey, sometimes that ain't a bad thing.
Fact.
But when it's 22 dudes, pause. That's a pause.
Yeah, no,
so,
big pause.
No, over for that. Chief, I actually think you guys can win. If you
think
play like
possible.
you did against Man City, you'll
actually just put the ball in the back of the net. That'd be cool. Does Forrest know that the ball has to go in the net?
We got no problem scoring goals, brother.
I think you do.
We just can't keep them out typically.
Chelsea.
Yeah, that one game. I'm sorry we didn't deliver against the greatest team in the world. My bad.
It's all right. Well, they're not the greatest team in the world.
About to be.
No, chill. They'd be the best team in London.
Yeah.
Or England.
In England.
Sorry. I suck at geography. All right. Man United at home plus 550 up against Arsenal, who's minus 260. Zah, I already know you're shaking in your boots over there. What do you like in this game?
Just based off this team, we should be winning this game. But looking at the occasion, bro, Old Trafford, we don't win at Old Trafford usually.
We do not.
So this is what has me shaking. Hopefully, Partey can have one of his games that he had. What was like 2-3 years ago. It should be us winning. Yeah, it should be us winning.
All right, so minus 260 Arsenal for Zah. What do you
A lot of juice.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a ton of juice, and it is a disrespectful line. It is being Man U at home being plus 550 is absurd. But that's the reality. When you get absolutely boat raced by Palace a week ago 4-0, then that's people think you're a joke and they give you joke lines. So I'm staying away from. There's no value here. I do think Arsenal should smoke them. I might look at Arsenal minus 1.5.
Ooh.
But that is, it's all. It's I don't like Man United, but it's starting to make me sad for them how pathetic they are. So we'll see what they have these last few weeks, but I hope they get some real management in there, some different types of players, so they're not just like a laughing stock that they've become.
Unlike Zah, I'm not bitch made. I'm ready for this shit. I think we're gonna go in there and absolutely fucking tumble these crumbs. 3-0 Arsenal.
You don't have PTSD.
No, I don't have PTSD. It's just big me. Fuck, I can't be quoting Kendrick as a Drake fan. Anyway, I'm taking Arsenal over 2.5 goals, minus 105. We fucking blow the doors off this fucker in the first half. The last game we got, Villa at home, plus 310 versus Liverpool, minus 145. Chief, what do you got?
This one smells like a draw to me too. I don't love the way that Aston Villa's been playing down the stretch here. We're at the end of days here for Klopp. I think they'll have one more push, and we'll have a good game, but I think it's going to be a draw.
So,
if things were a little bit tighter between Villa and Tottenham, I would have been very confident that Villa was going to show up and win this game. I'll just like Chief. I think it's going to be a draw. I would lean Villa if I have to lean in one of the directions, though.
All right, I'm taking Liverpool just off base what you two said.
All right.
Smart.
That's smart. We're fucking idiots.
I wrote Villa on my sheet. I'm switching it to Liverpool. It's that simple. I don't have to explain myself. We haven't all been on the same side, which is a good sign.
It's a good sign.
Bad sign for the listener, though, because our fresh fades haven't lost. Every time we're all on the same side, the other team wins. All right, it's time for the Super Dog, so we each give a pick that's over plus 250 or more. I'll start. I have the Newcastle Brighton draw plus 390. What do you got, Chief?
For the Super Dog?
Yep.
I think they might just because it's in my head. I think Sheffield will get something against Everton. I'll say a draw there plus 425.
Damn.
Yeah.
That takes balls. It's a super
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah. They showed a lot of fight last week. I think they'll show up ready to play.
Za?
I want to get the actual line. There it is. I'm going to switch it up this week. I'm going to go with the. I don't really like any of the games. I'm going to go with the goal scorer in our game. I feel good about this one. He's going to rise up and knock it in with his head.
Is he the king of Brazil?
King of the Brazil, Gabriel Magalhães, plus 500
Wow.
to score any time in the game. I think he's going to do it.
I like that. All right, and the last segment we have here is the treble. We each give a pick. We parlay it together. We haven't hit one.
We're running
We
out
came
of time.
close. I sold it
One-
last
the
time.
last one
I
was
sold
you.
it last time. So I'll start this time. I think I was just about to say stone cold lock. The game I feel most strongly about, it's juiced. It's Arsenal to win.
That's juice to the moon.
Juice
Yeah.
minus 265. I just want to see us get on the board.
Yep.
I don't care.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm going to go with the over in the Bournemouth-Brentford game. I think there's going to be a lot of goals in that. 3.5 over for my triple picks.
Yeah, I like Bournemouth to score a lot there too. I'm going Newcastle at home, minus 165. They've been playing great with the exception of one game like a couple of weeks ago. So they might be the informed team in the league right now the last 6 weeks. So they're healthy. They seem like they're clicking kind of like they were last year when they qualified for Champions League. I think they're up to 6th now in the table. So Newcastle's been hot. St. James Park, tough place to play. Newcastle minus 165.
All right, if you put all three of those together, it'll pay out at plus 391. So $100 will win you $391. Not a bad day at the office. That'll wrap up this episode of Pitch Picks. If you guys enjoyed it, please subscribe, hit the like button, drop us some comments if you have some segments you'd like to see on the show. Let us know down below, and we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.
Playoffs.